Hello, family. Welcome to What's She Doing Ministries. I'm so Ronica, and I'm so ready to remind you to sow into your future. So, here on today's episode of Sow Into Your Future, I'm sowing into mine by shopping at a cheaper store. Let's start there. So, I couldn't resist these. They're chocolatey and they're minty, and they're under $2. Okay? Since when did a cookie need to be more than $2? A package of cookies. So this video is going to help somebody draw a conclusion as to what they need to get from Aldi's and what they need to start getting from Walmart. Now, the potatoes are a little bit cheaper, even if it's a couple dollars, y'all. If we saving money, ain't we all in for it? I'm here for it. A lot of the stuff here was very similar. Now, that's inexpensive. That's a good price for those. Because at Walmart, they got the little hanging plants out front for like $15. Now, granted, they do have more flowers on them, but, you know, if you water them, they'll grow. So then we got our fish oil. I don't recommend that because when I was growing my hair out, y'all, and I was on the healthy hair journey bandwagon, you buy that fish oil if you want to, honey. You'll have a beard and a gold tee. Okay, they don't tell you that. Anyway, so the sugar is the same price at Walmart, y'all. But this is what blew my mind. They didn't used to have this at Aldi's when I was growing up. All this ice cream fancy stuff, you know what I'm saying, in the center where you pull the thing back, and it looks like a legitimate store. Now, I'm not saying all these ain't legitimate store. I'm talking about the struggles from when I was a kid. So it always felt like it was like, I don't know. Y'all remember all these back in the day when you only went once a month because that's when everybody got their food stamps. And the line was like really, really long. And people would get impatient. You know what I'm saying? Fights would break out. I was telling the cashier about that. She was like, why would they be fighting? I said, the long lines, the impatient. Then you got to think about the people that was coming in there that was on some sort of substance. And then the people that was just, you know what I'm saying, poverty. The Bible says the destruction of the poor is their poverty. So as a kid, I loved that it was food stamp time and it was time to eat. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't stand the fact that we had to either walk up to Aldi's and we had to carry home all the groceries that we purchased. Now, this right here, I ain't messing with this chicken. That sea salt and that ice glaze and all that, it just speaks disgusting. I tried to fry it. It would never get crispy. Not from here, but the one from Walmart. All that stuff they put in that chicken, it would not allow it to get crispy. So the lasagna looked good. I might have to come back and try that. And this pie crust here, that was the biggest, deepest, deep dish pie crust I've ever seen in my life. Man. Then I like this cute little ice cream thing with a little tape around it. For those people who are watching their waist, honey. I feel like I'm watching my waist get bigger. I don't know. I shouldn't be consuming everything I see, but I think it's stress. Now this right here, I'm going to have to come back for this monkey bread, y'all. I've never had it. I've seen it online. You know, they peel it apart and blase, blase. And it's under $5. $3.74 to be exact. Now the water, this was a teeny tiny bottles, y'all. You know what I'm saying? The kind where it's going to take two of them to get you where you need to be when you need to be. But directly next to it, over here, we have the 24 case. And this was, what is that? $3.79. So that is $2 cheaper than the... Now this right here, y'all, the eggs at Walmart are $5, $4.97, and this was 55 cents. I usually don't shop here. Is this 55 cents for the gallon of milk? I doubt it. I haven't been here in years. I'm like, is this what? So then also a memory I had of Aldi's is when, like, you know, you got a basket full of food, and for some reason, you know, now you either can't find your food stamps because you dropped them, or when they came to food stamp cards, that their money wasn't on your food stamp card. For whatever reason, you didn't have enough money, and now you got to put food back. So it's like you holding up the line, but you're trying to decide what you don't want, what you don't need, and you need all of it. You want all of it. You know what I'm saying? So as a kid, all these just never did it for me. But now as an adult looking back and going here, it's conflicting. The meat looked like it's been picked over. And this is something, what was that? Some things are still the same price. Now this is the most expensive I've ever seen, cube steaks. And for them to be folded up the way they are, I can't see how big they are. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know what I'm getting, but everything here looks like it's been drenched in whatever pink dye, you know what I'm saying, to make it look really, really fresh. Because as y'all know, meat does not really look this red. It's something that they do at the butcher shop or the factory or whatever. So I ended up getting this because I love some thin pork chops, honey, thinly sliced. Can't go wrong with that because you know they're going to be cooked through and through. So I love these little things. I know I'm just getting junk food, y'all. The seasonings, all these appear to be like imitation seasoning. They look like Mrs. Dash. They look like Lawry's. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. I am all for an alternative. I'm all for something cheaper. Even the cereal, y'all. Now, I would have to try it before I give y'all my review on it or what I think. You got Honey Grams, which is actually Golden Grams, I think, in real life. And then you have the Smacks, or the Puffs cereal, which I love, with a little frog on there. Now this has always thrown me off because they have really expensive. This is like $50, y'all, $49. And it's a like a checker game. But if you're shopping in Aldi's, clearly you don't have $50 to spend on a random toy. Or do you? Now, I will say this. I'm going to show y'all a pillow in a minute. And the pillow is $5. I don't think they have $5 pillows at Walmart that feel this good. It's firm and it's soft. So I don't know what's up with it. I don't know what it's stuffed with. You know, you don't really know until you get home and try to sleep on it. Or, you know, it might have a funny odor to it. Not this pillow, but the pillow's coming up. Yeah, you get it home and you find out it's stuffed with hamster fur or, you know what I'm saying, iguana lips. You just never know. You know what I'm saying, what it's going to actually be like sleeping on it. I had bought a pillow from I forget where, and the pillows kept, the feathers kept poking through the thing that they was encased in. And so you could literally like peel the feathers out. And so it felt like little porcupine needles is where I'm going with that. But I will come back and get me some of that monkey bread and get me some of them cube steaks, y'all. So if you go to Aldi's, make sure you bring your own sacks, y'all. Or either take one of their boxes, they empty boxes they got sitting around, because they not going to give you a bag. Okay, guys, so I totally forgot that you have to have a sack when you shop at, or a box, when you shop at Aldi's. And also, sacking the food up used to make me uncomfortable. I don't know, because you never knew who you would be standing next to when it's time to start putting your stuff, you know what I'm saying, inside the store in bags. And now you got old crazy drunk Delroy talking about, those are my tomatoes, or no, that's my frozen chicken Parmesan patties. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot, because it felt like chaos. Anyway, so the milk was actually 55 cents. It actually expires in 2 days. But the way how I see it, honey, I'm going to have a cappuccino. I have like 4 cappuccinos a day, okay? 55 cents for some milk that was probably going to just get dumped out anyway, or probably sent to harvesters. I don't know. I looked at it as a deal. I'm not going to be drinking no spoiled milk, y'all, but I will partake in it until it gets spoiled. Or maybe one of these. I don't know. I got a lot of junk food, but the plan was just to get something for dinner tonight. Now we got to go get our quarterback. All right, let's go get our quarterback, y'all. Even the building has changed.